Picture this. You've got your courtside seats, the squeak of those sneakers,
Yeah,
the roar of that MSG crowd, and you're ready for like a classic Knicks Heat battle, right?
absolutely.
But Monday, March 17th, 2025, something totally unexpected took over the spotlight. So we've got a whole stack of reports here, Sports Illustrated, CBS Sports People, Men's Journal, and they're all talking about this wild incident with comedian Tracy Morgan. Now, this is not your average water cooler talk. We are diving deep to figure out what exactly went down, why everyone's buzzing about it, and what we know so far.
Well, it's really interesting how everyone was anticipating this big athletic showdown, and then suddenly, bam, this very human and concerning event happens, and it just totally shifted everyone's focus, like everyone who was there and everyone watching, you know.
Yeah, so let's set the scene. It's the third quarter, Knicks and Heat are going at it, and then boom, reports start coming. Tracy Morgan, who's basically a permanent fixture at those courtside seats, apparently got sick right there on the court. And we're not talking about look, call for sneeze here. It was vomiting.
Yeah, the initial descriptions were pretty vivid, and it wasn't just that either. There were reports of a nosebleed, and maybe even more concerning, he seemed to be having trouble just standing up. So that kind of sets off some alarm bells right away, that it's more than just a simple stomach bug.
Oh, for sure. And naturally, social media was blowing up. There's this one tweet from @RealJoshBrownie that really captures it.
Mm-hmm.
He wrote, and I'm quoting here, Tracy Morgan getting wheeled out from courtside at MSG, bleeding from nose, could barely stand up. Hope he's okay. When you read something like that, you know it's serious business.
Yeah, that first-hand account really puts you right there. The details about the wheelchair and the trouble standing up, those are pretty telling observations from someone at the scene.
And then there's this other tweet from @HoopyHoops that just adds to the whole surreal vibe. It's a picture of what looks like a Knicks employee talking to a ref, and the caption is, "We don't have a mop." I mean, you almost don't know whether to laugh at how absurd it is or be even more worried for Morgan in this, like, bizarre cleanup situation.
Yeah, it really shows you how unpredictable live events can be. You've got all these procedures for normal game stuff, but this was obviously something else entirely. And even the staff were caught off guard for a second without a plan.
And you know what happened next? They actually stopped the game for about 10 minutes. Think about that. At a professional basketball game. It's not like calling a timeout. They had to actually halt the game because a spectator had a medical emergency.
Right. And pausing the whole game like that really speaks to the potential impact this had, not just visually, but, you know, on the actual playing surface and the players' concentration. They had to make sure everything was taken care of before they could even think about continuing.
Exactly. And all the reports agree that Morgan was indeed wheeled out of there. And that video on social media we talked about showed him with a towel over his face, which, along with the nosebleed, makes it pretty clear he was dealing with something major. Courtside Buzz specifically mentioned that he was struggling to get up from his seat at